Good Monday morning. I hope everyone's having a good start to your week. First sip is always the best, isn't it? All right. Prepared for... Good morning, Lynette. How are you? Good to see you on this Monday morning. Did I say happy anniversary? Wasn't it your anniversary? Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? I hope you're doing as well as can be expected. I hope you're living in the memories. I think about you a lot since Dee Dee. Hi, Sally. Hi, Peggy. Good morning, Annette. How are you, beautiful? Morning, Brenda, Thana, Jane. Hi. Good morning, my Lavon, my sweet pea. Good morning, Janice. I'm going to say good morning for a minute as people enter. So, hey, Nadine. Hi, Kim. Party with Drea. Oh, God, Dre's ready for a party. An after-COVID party. Aw, Cheryl. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Leanne. Hi, Rachel. Now, in the background, you may hear some children. Those are not mine. Good morning, Micah. Good to see you. Hi, Sandy. A friend of ours brought their grandkids out to see the cattle. They're from Houston, and they wanted to come see the cows. Hi, Bobby. It's right back at you, girl. Hey, Carol Ann. And Regina. Beautiful Regina. Y'all got to go and look at her, because, you know, we all only get to see that little bitty blip. Y'all got to go see her beautiful face. So, today, well, first of all, I'll tell you about my weekend while people enter. Hey, Scotty. Hi, Tisha. And Becky. It was a great weekend. It was kind of relaxing, actually. Hi, Tamanika. How are ya? Talk about another beautiful profile picture. Look at that. Well, if they don't, we understand. Micah. Hi, Linda. Trina. Hi. And Kay. Josie, good to see you this morning. Anyway, it was a relaxing weekend. My husband, y'all saw me Friday night for the live, of course, but my husband's birthday went very well. He had a great birthday. His birthday was actually Friday, and so Friday evening he had a birthday dinner with the boys and the grandson, which they do that most Fridays since I do lives on Friday night. And then Saturday, we gave him one. The whole family was there. By whole family, I mean those that live in the houses here on the ranch. We didn't have a big family celebration. Nay, nay, nay. Hi, Carol. Hi, Sue. How are you? Hey, Missy. Good morning. All right. Well, I'm so glad you're here this morning, everyone. Hi, Callie. Callie November. That just cracks me up. I'm sorry. It does. I was like, that is such a cool name to have. All right. Hey, my little cupcake. Well, monkey. People keep messaging me about us doing a challenge. So I like that head-to-head Texas thing. What do you think? Message me or call. Oh, no peacocks here. They're so loud, Melinda. right. Well, happy birthday, Becky. I did not know that. If I had known, I would have sent you a message. But now, happy birthday. I hope it was a good one. Hi, Miss Mary. Oh my gosh. I just saw a picture, you know, because last year's Wreath Makers Lives pictures are starting to show up. I just saw a ton of pictures of you come through my page and all my pictures. Oh my goodness. I hope you're doing well, Miss Mary. Oh wow, that was good timing, wasn't it, Sandy? That's funny, Bobby. I'm still very worried about so many people starting to have bigger group celebrations. I think it's way too soon. Well, we're not allowed to here. Well, hi, Fran. How are you? And Shauna. Cheryl, that's actually really good that you were able to do that. I think that's sometimes the hardest thing is after we lose someone, especially someone as close as Dee Dee was, because you immediately have to begin to find a new normal, in particular when there's children. And so please tell your son, he's in my prayers as well. I know that can't be easy for him. Thanks, Lavon. Good morning, Carolina. How are you? Hi, Jan Pearson. Who else had a birthday? Did I miss it? Hi, Miss Vicky. How are you this morning? How's Lily and company? All right, y'all. So, I've popped into a number of lives lately, just for a moment, and oh, Monkey, I just saw that. It's on then. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Isn't that what they used to say? Sorry, I'm making noise. I'm getting my prayer list paper ready. We'll get together about the details, okay? It should be fun. Okay. You know. Oh, hi. Is she there? Hi, Lily. Good morning, Miss Evelyn. Hey, Erica. Neighbor. Okay, y'all. I'll tell you real quick what Monkey and I are talking about. You know that her and Lori had a challenge Friday night. Monkey won. Go USA. It was all in the name of fun, and they were raising money for a charity. It was amazing. It was uplifting because it was just fun. It's good when you do things like that with a friend, so that there are no hurt feelings. It really is just in the name of fun. So a number of people on my live have said, Dre, you and Monkey need to do a challenge, or so that was, and somebody brought up each of us, or did I bring it up? We would each do a mannequin head. Now, they don't have to be identical, our own little imagination, because it's something we don't normally do, so it's outside of our comfort zones, right? It would be a lot of fun to do that, and so we thought we'd call it, since it's mannequin heads, Texas head-to-head competition or something. We'll come up with something cute like that, and we'll pick a charity. Anyway, it's all in the name of fun. It should be fun. Well, I'm glad, Vicky. I'm glad y'all are together during the quarantine. There's no better place for for Lily to be. Good morning, Miss Annette King. Hey, Donna. Maybe it will be Melissa. Ranch theme. Maybe it won't. I don't know. It'll be fun. Anyway. I think mine should be all about cupcakes from a little cupcake. Just, all right. On with the show, so to speak. Anyway, I have been making myself, oh, look how dark my hair is. I got my hair colored yesterday. My sister came to my house, toned it down by darkening it up. Regina, you could probably go to Monkey's page and there is a link, but I know you can go to Unique in the Creek, and Lori did a big spill about it as well, where you'll be able to watch the replay. It will be fun. Well, good morning, Lee. I see you on lives. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Miss Kathy Carter. So, and you guys, you know that those of you that are new, this is an interchange of encouragement. This is not all about Drea flapping her lips, right? This is, and it's, there's no negativity. Good morning, Tom. Good morning. Hey, Dylan. How are you? Gorgeous. Hi, Julie. So, when you have an interchange of encouragement, that means you guys speak as well, not just me. But I thought, let's continue the talk about keeping things positive. I still, every time I think, okay, I'm going to go on Facebook and it's going to be different. No. It seems to be getting worse. So I shy away from it. Unless there's somebody I need to watch. I do conduct business. Thanks for joining us, by the way, Mr. Fabulous. And tell other Mr. Fabulous I've got another order for him this month. Just so I don't forget. Good morning, Janet and Beverly. Okay, so I'm reminded of a quote that I've talked about before, months and months ago. And it was a quote by Henry Ford. And this is what he said: the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Which means it's up to you. So, that means you get the choice. Y'all, stop engaging with the ugly, rude posts. Please, just stop. And it's not just here in the Wreath community. It's in other communities too. I think we've spent a lot of time at home. and people are more sensitive maybe than we might normally be. And there's some good in that. But just remember, you get to choose. Oh, I forgot to turn the sound off. Let me do that real quick, so you don't have to hear all that mess. All right, there you go. Because in the end, we are each one accountable for our actions, for the words that we say and post. You know, the typewriter seems like a brave place to be. Nobody can see you. Tick, tack, you know, tap, 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 and you've got this message stating your case. Is it a message that really needs to be heard and shared? Are you in any way encouraging someone else? Good morning, Jess. How are ya? And Carol Davis Nell. Yes, that's what I do too. I am not cutting people out of my life for posts or out of my, unless they're really extremely rude, ugly. Then, but otherwise, I do that. I hide for 30 days. I have to. I don't want that going across my scroll and people seeing that and going, wow, Dre, that's what you're okay with saying or doing or posting or sharing? So right now I'm kind of in the share free zone. Good morning, Margit. Absolutely, Levon. We don't know what people have gone through. And for us that have had losses or tough times right now or whatever it is, let me see what Bobby says before I finish. I love Maddie last night when we were talking about everyone's be kind moments, and she said hers was keeping her mouth shut. Girl. Same here. Don't think that I don't want to say things in these lives or post things on these posts. Becky, bless you. I'm so glad. So, and you saying that leads to the next point. Good morning, Jinx. Blessings to you guys as well. It is all of these, we are allowed to post our opinions. That's what our Facebook page is all about. It's about us being us, true to ourselves. And so that's okay. But if you're posting something or a picture of something or making fun of somebody right now, in this time that we're living in, it's hard for people to differentiate fact from fiction a lot of times when there's so much of the same being said. It doesn't matter what your politics are to me. It doesn't matter what religion or non-religion you belong to or don't belong to. I don't care if you're tall or thin or black or white, or I don't care. If you are a good human being, you're my friend. And that's all I want us to be, is to be good human beings to one another. And that does cross over onto social media. Please don't feel safe behind the typewriter to say things you wouldn't say out loud to that person. See, I think that's what's happened. There's some bravado there because, again, nobody sees you. They do see who's writing it or posting it, but if it's something you wouldn't say to their face, you probably shouldn't put it on Facebook or Twitter or TikTok or whatever the heck there is, right? And y'all, just a heads up, God's going to get you for that. I sing that song to myself sometimes. I don't think I've ever told y'all that before. Absolutely, Jess. If they would put that much energy into something positive as they do the negative, this world would be an amazing place. And you know what? We wouldn't have so much hate. I hate beets. I hate trying to think of a food that I don't like or something. But there are things like that I hate. I don't understand. I really, really don't understand the kind of hate that allows you to breed more hate. That's not helping. It doesn't help your cause. It doesn't help how you make people see you. How do you want to be seen, by the way? Do you want to be seen as a hater? Do you want to be seen as a Johnny come around? And this is what I mean by Johnny come around. So today, so-and-so made a post that said the sky was blue. Okay? So I went in there and agreed, and the sky was blue and it's beautiful, etc. Okay? That's this morning, today. Tomorrow morning, someone else posts, the sky is a turquoise. And so then you go in and you agree with them and it's a turquoise. And then there's someone else who comes along and says, the sky is pink. Pink. Actually, my sky can be pink at sunset. Just saying. Over the desert, it can be too at sunset. However, so they come along and say the sky is pink. And that just makes you livid. Because friend 1 and friend 2, they see it as blue, shades of blue. But this one oddball sees it as pink. Is it pink? Well, first of all, we don't know where they're seeing the sky at, do we? But secondly, does it really matter so much that you have to go on their post and call them names? Or cut them down? Or say, and then go over to friend 1 and friend 2's and go, you're not going to believe so-and-so thinks the sky is pink. What kind of person is that? You know, and it starts this whole thing where you've gone beyond those two people and the one who's different, and it just spreads like wildfire, and it's mean. And by the time it gets down the road, it's something about that person as a human being. It's no longer about their decision or their view on the color of the sky. It then becomes an attack on them as a human being. Do you know them? No, you don't. Would you attack her in person? Probably not. Most people wouldn't. Stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Live your best life. Live it to the full. And when you're doing that, your job is to bring joy and happiness and smiles to people. Come on, y'all. You know it feels so much better to do something right and do something good for someone than it does to call someone an ugly name or whatever. I'm minimizing it. I don't, you know, there are no details that I care to get into, because if I did, then you might know exactly who or what I'm talking about, and I don't want to do that. This is not a name. I do not believe in calling people out by name. I don't. Is there the rare occasion where it has to be done? Probably. But that is not what our media, social media, is for, in my opinion. It's becoming more that way. But it's really not for that. It's for us to socialize together, much in the same way we socialize when we're in person. And I think social media has become so much more important with us being, you know, forced to be at home. Let's not abuse the privilege we have of having that social media. Let's use it to uplift and enlighten and inspire other people to have a good day. Let's just have fun. Let's have a live where it's just fun. Just fun. Isn't that what it was supposed to be? Wow, am I behind? Let me catch up on y'all real quick. Missy doesn't comment or speak. If not nice, same here. Amen. Tamanika, no response can be powerful. I totally believe in the no response theory, Trina. Unfollowed a lot of people. Same here. That's awesome. And that's the important thing, Melissa. That garden, you know, much like the Victory Garden helped people back in the early 1900s during the wars, your garden is making somebody smile. It makes me smile. It just makes me jealous, too. Yes, yes. Micah, you're right about sarcasm. Tom, I love that you do that. It means more to them than we'll ever know. I get told that all the time. Hi, Kitty. Welcome. Good morning, Denise. How are you? Right, Scotty? Do your research, and if you can... Maybe there's a reason her sky was pink, right? In high school, I passed a note to a friend. The teacher took it and read it to the class. I was beyond humiliated. Ever since then, I'm very careful about what goes in writing. It may have happened a time or two to some of us in that. That's right, Lavon. It does not make you, and it doesn't make you a better person either. Yes, sir.
I'm my sweet, wonderful wife.
Hello, dear. Are you apologizing for not having made?
Huh.
Yep. You walked right out of this house and didn't make my coffee. Now, that did not bring me joy.
I bet it didn't.
It's okay. I thought it was funny. I was like, what did I do?
Well, I have to think about it. You must have done something.
I must have.
Have to.
Bobby, I 100% agree with that. I've always said, you know, I come from there were 5 of us, 4 that grew up together, 1 that was born when I was 18. But we all look at our childhood differently because we see it from our own perspective. We see, I saw it from my age and my personality, etc. The very same thing. We see it from our perspective. And we must remember that. Right, Laura. You can get someone's perspective, but it doesn't have to be rude or ugly. Sorry, there was a fly. Oh, Tamanika, I need to use that one. She said that Bruce Lee said be like water. I say be like a coffee pot. Insert filter for proper functionality. Right, and the best coffee comes through that filter, doesn't it? We all want the world back again as it was. Till then, be kind and live every day to its fullest. Yes. Oh, thanks, Missy. That rooster can get on my last nerve. I've been struggling a bit, so I bought a journal, and I only write down the positive things that are going on in my life. Then I can reflect on the best parts of the day instead of the worst. That's awesome. Great idea, Donna. Yeah, I agree with you, Bobby. If people would think twice, type once. I agree with that, Jessica. If you have something to say, make sure it's something you're willing to say in person. It's a good check. Positivity breeds positivity. Amen. Hi, Zoanne. I didn't see you. Absolutely, Nadine. We don't know what tomorrow can bring. And there's so much loss going on right now. Focus, live in the moment. You'll know how I feel about that. It's all those tiny little moments that in your memory bank that you can pull from. And so make them good ones. And remember this. This generation of children, they're watching. They're seeing how we're reacting. They're learning from us. Whether we are a parent, a grandparent, we have the most responsibilities as parents and grandparents. But aunt, uncle, brother, sister, cousin, friends, and what we're allowing them to watch in this world. That's right, we're not guaranteed our next moment. I agree. Bill and Marie! Hi! Oh my God, I miss y'all. I hope you're doing well. You know you're in my permanent prayer book? Oh my gosh. Hi! Love you guys. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Diane. Bobby, I'm going to read that out loud because that is perfect. We are so busy and everything being just about us that we don't seem to notice when we're hurting others. We are blinded by our own press. How true is that? There is nothing wrong with putting yourself first. There isn't. Somebody's got to. However, there is something wrong when it's all about you and you don't consider, at the very least, consider that what you're saying or doing is hurting someone else. Yo, some of these things are hurting me and bringing me down. I know. Damon's Queen of Joy. What? Because it's not only what's being said, but I know how it must be making other people feel to read it. And there's so many people that are alone and so lost right now in all this madness. And you don't know, oh my gosh, where's these tears coming from? You don't know if your post or your comment or your failure to post or your failure to comment, your failure to greet them with a smile when you see them in the store, whatever the case is, you don't know what that could have done to their psyche, to their heart. I never, ever want to be guilty of hurting someone's heart. Not intentionally for sure. Unintentionally either. But if we make it, you know what? If we make it our intention to be good, or like Bobby says, to be kind, or like Dre says, to choose joy, when we are dealing with people, oh my God, what a wonderful world it would be, right? Do you see, I know a lot of you, so I can ask, do you see the look on the face of the person that you have just spoken kindly to? It makes me feel so good on the inside. And I'm always like, thank you, God, for allowing me to do that. You know, like the officer that was just standing there in the electronics department, just standing there. And when I went up to him, and we all do it, I'm not patting myself on the back, it's just an example. Okay, so no bragging here. But all I did was thank him and told him that my family truly appreciates you and your family's sacrifice for us. Especially now when your jobs are so much more uncertain how you're going to be treated that day, right? Yo, he got tears. Tears. An officer, I mean, oh my God, he's like 7 foot tall and 3 foot wide, you know, these big broad shoulders and stuff, and I'm looking up at him. But to see the tears, I wasn't happy to see the tears. That did sound like I meant that, didn't it? What made me feel good when I walked away, there was a little more conversation. I don't remember all the details, but I do know that we both appreciated one another when we walked away. To see the tears in his eyes made me know that he doesn't get told this enough. And he actually told me that they are getting spit on, y'all. People are spitting on them and talking ugly about them, and it hurts me because there are good people and bad people on all sides of every issue. There are bad people with the police. There are good people with the police. There are bad people in these protest movements. There are good people. And I honestly, truly, 100% believe that the majority of people are good. The majority of people want things to be better not just for themselves, but for others as well. That's the majority. The sad part is it's the very minority. It's those extreme people that, and I'm not talking politics, I'm talking in generality here, y'all, that get the time on television, they get the news, they get all the social media posts, because we've come to a time where we like that sensationalism. If we, the people, if we guys would stop engaging in that, stop, don't talk to them about it, don't share them all over the internet, all those things, maybe, just maybe, they'll get the hint. Be a better person, and then we'll listen. Be like the majority of your friends, the majority of your community, of your culture, and be kind and good. Then maybe it'll be easier. I do agree we have conversations. There are conversations that need to be had. There is a lot of inequality in the world. One person cannot change it, but we can treat one another kinder, better, serve one another, be concerned about one another, think about what we're saying, and think about what we're posting. And y'all, when you post, be prepared for what people are going to say in that post, for how you're going to influence them with that post. And they'll go, oh, Dre shared that. And then go in there and make comments. And then on your feed, on your page, you've got all that negativity. So I don't share all that stuff unless it's something positive. There's a lot of positive. Let's flood it with positive. Tell all the good stories. Let's do that. Let's tell the good stories about how, I'm going to tell you a quick story, actually. So Loretta and I, we're those pay it forward goobers. Like, I'll be in the grocery store. I mean, I can't pay somebody's $300. Well, I would if they needed it, but I can't afford to be like, I'm going to pay forward to that person that $300 grocery basket full. But I can afford to be generous sometimes. And if I save like money and I have more money out of my grocery budget, it happens more often. Anyway, that is just that goes back to, my God, I wish somebody would have done that for me a time or two when we were raising them babies, because times were tough. But so Loretta is going through McDonald's, and she has her, I think she's either 8 or 9, the niece. And Loretta asks the person, when she goes to pay hers, she says, how much is the one behind me? And they told her, I don't know, $7.12 or something like that. And Loretta said, well, I'll be happy to pay that. Here, let me pay it. And the lady smiles, of course, and thanks her and takes the money. And then Loretta moves up to where you pick up your food. And her little niece looks at her and says, did you do that because they were black? And Loretta's like, no, I don't know what color they are. She said, well, I just looked back there. That's a bunch of black people in that car. The innocence of children, right? And Loretta said, I did that so that I could help another person. And maybe another day they can help somebody that really, really needs it. And that's what we do. But isn't it interesting? And this is, first of all, that's a beautiful thing. We should all do it when we can. But if you can't, that's okay. You can smile and wave at people. But I thought, isn't it very interesting that we live in a time where her niece even had to ask that question? She's seeing and watching and hearing. That's what kids do, and that's what they're doing. Are you proud? Are you happy with what you are not only speaking and posting and commenting on social media? Are you proud of the example you're setting for that generation? Are you making tiny little differences in your own life to help overcome some of the maybe the deep-seated prejudices we have. Maybe you don't like, a short-haired old woman. Well, look into it and see why. And see if you can't work on change with the children. If you can't do it for you, and you can't do it for the other person, do it for this generation of children that are coming up now. Because they're the ones that are getting the world we are going to leave behind. What do you want to leave behind? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? Do you want your children, grandchildren, any children in your circle, do you want them to follow what you say, think, and do currently? If not, we have adjustments to make. We are responsible not only for ourselves and our little community, our little family. We're responsible for the next generation, y'all. Stop it. Let's bring them hope. Let's help them see the beauty in everyone. Let's help them embrace everyone based on everyone's humanity and nothing else. Doesn't matter. Short hair, long hair, black, white. Look how white. Freckles. It doesn't matter. Money, no money. No, that's all superficial stuff. It doesn't tell you who's in the heart. So, please, let's remember all these things. Hey, Deanna Davis, I did not see you come in, girl. I'm so happy to see you pretty soon in person. Y'all, I'm on my soapbox. I didn't get to let y'all do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to come in here and read y'all's comments. It just really hurts my feelings. And what hurts me, I'll tell you. And I know, I've talked with some of you, so I know you feel the same way. People that I thought were this way have turned out to be this way. And that's not right or left. Ooh, I shouldn't do that, should I? Because that looks very political. A lot of people aren't who I thought they were. And that made me sad. And then I got to thinking, maybe it's how they're reacting to this weirdness in the world right now. And maybe they are who I think they are, but they're having trouble coping. We don't know. Maybe their mortgage company is saying, look, time's up. Pay up or get out. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they lost a good friend. Or maybe they're one of those super empathetic people who is being destroyed by what's going on out there. Through no fault of their own. They just see it, and they're such an empath that they take it all on and they want to wear the problems of everyone. Maybe that's them. So I decided I'm not going to make decisions about who will continue as a part of my life, my online life, my personal life right now. I'm going to give myself and everyone else grace. We need it. And then we will see. Because it has been said the world will never get back to what we knew as normal. There are a lot of bad things that have happened that will cause positive change. There's also a lot of personal things that will never go back. Not just physical loss of life, but when we force our family and friends to take sides for or against something, and we don't agree, that hurts families. So I think there's also a lot of good, though. I think it's awesome that parents have had to spend some quality time with their children for a length of time. One, it brings them closer to their children. The boys were telling me the other day, my God, Reb, my grandson, the letters and numbers and things he knows for having just turned 2 just blew me away. And you remember, I owned a daycare for 35 years, and we did preschool and pre-K in that daycare, those daycares. So, I mean, I know a little bit about where they should be. I was totally impressed, and he was said, that's the blessing. That's the blessing of us being home with him, is that we had more time, and so we could give him the one-on-one that teachers could not. So there's blessings to be had. There are silver linings in whatever is going on. And some of the silver lining has been for me that I realized some people think very, very differently than me on a more political level. And not who and we do or don't vote for, but I mean in our thoughts. But that doesn't mean I can't be their friend. It just means we don't talk politics, right? Hi, Georgie. I might be just catching up. Yes, actions definitely speak louder than words. Jesse, I'm just now reading your comment, and that was one of the things you had talked to me about last night. Don't choose for others how they'll feel about you. You sell yourself short. Sometimes, and I am guilty of it, I'm pretty sure most of you are as well. I am guilty of saying they're not going to like me. Right? They're not going to like that design. They're going to not like Monday's Coffee with Drea. They're not going to like me. You just made the choice for them. And when you do that, you present as a person they might not want to hang out with. Because you chose for them how they were going to feel about you. You didn't even give them a chance. Isn't that pretty deep? I thought it was. Aw, Bobby, I just read your sweet comment. Well, I don't like, or when someone is talking, I suddenly count how many times they say I or me in their conversation. That way I'm not listening to the mean things they are saying. Very good. I like that, Michelle. Then I keep smiling and have not a clue what they're saying. Oh. I know, Fran. I'm so glad you don't see the negative stuff, too. Linda Del Negro? I'm probably messing that up. It has felt so good when someone checking out at my register has taken the time to say thank you for working during this time. I admit that it sometimes shocks me because it's so unexpected. I've talked to a lot of cashiers because, well, I am the queen of joy and all. No. Oh, that one still cracks me up. Anyhow, when I say thank you for being here and putting yourself in harm's way so that I can come and get my necessities. I've had 2 tear up, 1 cry, but 2 tear up, and say to me, thank you so much for saying that. I'm like, well, I'm sure most of us appreciate it. She said, you should come and sit up front sometime and just watch. People are really mean. I have seen some ugly stuff and ugly commentary. Like, these checkers can change the rules. Really, y'all. But they're so appreciative because they get beat down all day long. Y'all, they got to be in there 8 hours or more with a mask on their face, dealing with ugly people. The good part about the mask is they can make an ugly face with their mouth. Stick their tongue out at them. Marie, I'm so happy to see you guys on here. Hi, Kelly. How are you? That's right, Debbie. One person alone cannot change things, but one person can begin the change. Good morning, Melly Mel and Francis. How are y'all? And Bobby, that's absolutely wonderful advice. If someone, especially if it's someone I know, which of course is going to be who's on my scroll, on my, scroll, when I scroll my media. If I see something that I know is out of character for them, or they've shared something that's kind of weird for them, I will send a little message. Girl, do you realize what you just wrote? Or posted or whatever. And then go from there. Good morning, Nellie. Sorry I missed you. I'm catching up. Hey, little donk. How are you? Good morning, Tony. Hi, Lillian. How are ya? And I do want to know. Hi, Betty Ann. I'm sorry I'm catching up on comments, and so if I see that I haven't said hi, I'm saying it now. Right, Levon? Y'all, you... Jessie was on, yeah, she had Soapbox Friday. I agree, Lee. People look at the outside instead of the inside. Absolutely. Debbie, and that's kind of hurtful, isn't it? You're right. When you hold somebody up high, you love their opinions, etc., them as a designer, whatever. And then you see something that lets you see the way they really feel about things. Or you'll hear something that you weren't supposed to hear. And it's like, uh-oh, I got decisions to make now. Because really, that's the thing. You get to decide who you let in your home via your social media, in your life. You get to decide. And, life is all about choices. I get to choose what I say here. Sometimes it just comes spewing out. And then I and you get to choose how we react to what we're seeing, or hearing, or reading. All right, I'm catching up. I knew that, Marie. I guessed it. Good morning, Dawn. Rachel Robertson. Me too, Missy. I wouldn't change the pages either. Becky says, I agree. I followed a person I truly admired for a few years. Then the true colors showed, and I was so disappointed I had to unfollow. But I hated to. That's me too. And it doesn't mean that I won't give them another chance later down the road when the world settles down a bit. And when we all find our new normal, I'll give them grace at that point. But right now, I just can't. Unless they're so obviously hateful. You heard the hummingbird fly by? Wow, Kelly. And the little baby tweets? Because I have 2 hummingbird feeders here, and their tweets are so... You have good hearing. I better be careful what I say about you. Bye, Fran. You have an amazing day and an even better week. Thanks for joining us. Right, Bobby? Josie Alvarez South. I always feel it's better to forgive someone. Sometimes someone is having a bad day and their reaction is an outcome of what they're going through. But if it continues to happen, it's my time to walk away. Amen, girl. Absolutely. Jinx, that's what I've always said. When my turn up there comes, I want him to say, "Well done, my child. Come on in. Baby, take a load off." No. And him say, "Come on in, kiddo. You did good." Aw. I love you too, Tisha, but you know that. Hey, Donnie, how are ya? Michelle, ain't that the truth? Do you know when I'm on live, not this live, but like Design Live, and somebody says or does something silly, even my own daughter, I have to train my eyes not to roll. I have to think about it, because I don't necessarily mean it ugly. It's just like, really, you thought that? You know. Oh, thank you, Miss Mary. That's very kind of you. Aw. Missy, you have such a sweet, adoring heart. Hey, Rhoda, how's your back? Let us know. Oh, Marie. I'm so glad you're back. Hopefully, things will get better and we will get to see each other soon. And I'm going to use you for an example for a moment. Marie is one of those empaths I was talking about. She takes it on, how we feel and the things we write and the things we say. She's one of those people, and it's very difficult on her. And so we need to think about people like that before we open our big fat mouths and before we post ugly things. Let's flood the social media with the good stuff. It doesn't take any more time to type in something nice or post something nice than it does to post the ugly crap. Stop sharing things. And you know what? Okay, here's something else I believe. I believe sometimes we see like a picture, you know, and we love that picture, but we don't go in and read about what they're posting actually, and so we click over and post that picture over. So I think sometimes we innocently are posting things we really don't understand. So pay a little more attention would be my advice. I have to pay attention. Look, I have to ask Jessie, what does this mean? Very often. Just ask her. She'll be like, yeah, she does it. That'll be one of her eye-rolling moments. Yes. Anyway, so be sure that you know, of course, whose stuff you're sharing, but more importantly, what is meant by what you're sharing. Hi, Melissa Greco. That's right, Regina. I just love you, by the way. Thanks, Bill. Big hugs to and Marie. Big hugs to both of you. Well put, Bobby. That's a wonderful way of saying it. Respond and not react. Hi, Krista. Yes, Lavon, we get to recreate ourselves every day by what we choose to do and our actions. Yeah, y'all, there's some days you don't want to know me. Just saying. My family would agree. And then, you know what I get on those days? Are you choosing joy, Mom? Darling, choose joy. Darling, I thought you were the queen of joy. Yeah, my own words come to bite me. Absolutely, Dawn. It does pertain to real life. Oh, Linda, that is very sweet of you to say. I scrolled. I'm on Nadine. I tend to take things to heart, so when someone says something mean or negative, it hurts. I try to push it away, but many times I can't. Yes. I see. Oh, wait, Cindy. Oh, that's beautiful. I see preconceived expectations in any relationship, new or old, is what causes more unnecessary heartache and disappointment, especially when it comes to someone liking or not liking another person. See, we have to embrace and accept people as they are, like Christ does. If someone doesn't like us, it's okay. Personally, I see it as I may be oil to their water, which doesn't mix. No, but when you shake it, pour it over salad, it makes a great salad dressing. Aw, is that Amanda Pomorski? Tell me which way it is. Welcome. Y'all, stop it with the Queen of Joy thing. Ever since he posted that, I have caught so much flack. You know, it's funny. And look, if you are going to be known for anything, being known for choosing joy and cultivating joy and being the Queen of Joy. I don't like being the queen of anything. We got to think of something else. Deanna says La Contessa to me when we're teasing about things, but I am a vessel, no more, no less than any one of you. I just have a platform, and I have enough poor experiences in my past that, you know, when you're going through some really rough stuff and you're like, why are you letting this happen? And then later in life, or not, maybe not too far down the road, you realize, first of all, God doesn't cause bad things to happen. And secondly, He can't save us all from everything, because then we would be in a cocoon, right? We have free will, and we have to prove that we know how to use that free will. So sometimes we're at the wrong place, or at the right place at the wrong time, like when my kids had their accident. But we get to pick up every day, and start over. And if you were a little bit better yesterday than today, and a little bit better tomorrow, I mean, y'all know what I meant. A little better today than yesterday, and a little better tomorrow than today. Before long, you're going to be so full of joy and positivity and the ability to cause somebody else to smile. Someone said to me, and it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm not. I'm really proud of this. Not too long ago, she said that, you know, that she's inspired, etc., by Coffee with Drea, and I was telling her, well, it's not just me, it's everybody. We all encourage one another, right? And I can come up with something or be led to say something, but it's up to each individual person to take it to heart. So that's what I was saying. Excuse me. Goodness. She was saying that, you know, I made a difference in her life, and that I need to take credit for being who I am. Well, here's where I'll go with the credit thing. I've been through a lot, and the one thing I wish in each of these stages and circumstance and tragedies, I wish that I had had the wherewithal to find that joy when I needed it. And a friend of mine said, wow, here we are at the funeral of your children and you're encouraging me. No, I wasn't. I was trying to survive that day. And all I knew was to say nice things, to be kind. I was raised that way as well. Look, if you weren't kind growing up in the 60s, you got your face smacked. If you were a little turd, you got your butt whooped. So it isn't that I was any better or worse than anybody else. Look, I didn't want to get whooped or beaten. And so, I learned being kind and being nice to people very early on. And so that's why I always try to remind us that we need to be teaching these kids. I shared a message this AM by Sarah Jakes. Oh, I love the Jakes. God is with us in the mess. Proof. In the Word, He promised to work things out for the good. How else can that work be done unless He's there? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if we let Him, He'll use us each and every one to help others. And really, and that's part of the thing. If you can figure out how to cultivate, practice, and then be able to choose joy, you're going to bring that joy, that happiness to others, and then you can help them learn how to choose joy and not to choose unrest and sadness and, well, hatred. Why would you choose to hate someone? Why? What a horrible feeling that is. I don't like that I hate beets, but I can't eat them. But I hate that I hate them. But speaking of the vegetable, maybe it's a good analogy, maybe not. Let's see how this goes. I hated, literally, growing up and in my early 20s, green beans. No way. Don't like them. Don't want them. Don't put them in my soup. Don't put them on my plate. I just really did not like them. And then one day, I was at my beautiful mother-in-law, who's still a mom to me, from a previous marriage. And they were there. And I was raised, when you go to somebody's house, they offer you a plate of food, you eat what's on that plate, even if there had been beets. Of course, I like to always ask for Tabasco, in case it's something I don't like, because that will kill it. Man, you can eat it if you can stand the heat of the Tabasco. But point is this. I tried she made a green bean casserole, and she's like, well, I make it like this, and put this, and it's got the little crunchy onions. You'll know the one. And I was like, okay. So I put some on my plate, and I ate it, and I loved it. I still love green beans. Fresh green beans are my favorite, with just a spot of butter and a little salt. But had I not tried it, I wouldn't have known that, right? So if you don't like me because I'm white, I've had bad experience, I don't like white, give me a chance. You might. Give me a chance. Same thing. I never do and this is not anything, I don't base my opinion of others on their color. I just don't. Which is weird, because I grew up in southern Louisiana during the unrest of the 60s, where when I went to school, we still had black-white water fountains. It was before busing and all that happened. So you would think I would be really pretty racist, right? But nah, not at all. So but I don't care if you're black or white. If you're mean and nasty to people, I don't like you. I don't care your color. But wouldn't it be great if we all gave somebody a chance, like I did those dang green beans, that we might not ordinarily give them one? You never know, but that you might make a great friend. And isn't that a blessing? To have give ourselves the opportunity to have new relationships, to make new friends. You can make new friends. It's not too late. Girl, I've made some awesome friends that I would jump in front of a bullet for right now. And I've only known them a couple of years. A year. 3 years. 4 years. I'm very blessed and I'm happy. So you have to allow yourself, and I'll talk just for a moment. I try not to talk specific religious, because I know everyone isn't in the place to hear that yet, and that's okay. But He's there for us. He really doesn't give us more than we can handle. So whatever you're going through, you will get to the other side. What he does allow is you get the choice on how to react to the circumstance you're in that he didn't put there. But he's watching you. And you know what? He's going to use you. If you allow it, he will use you to bring hope and inspiration to other people. You can be a servant of others. And it doesn't have a thing to do with too much time or too much money. It has to do with what comes from your heart. So be genuine. And that's what that person said the other day. By the way, it just came back to my mind. She said, I'll tell you what I like about you and your Choosing Joy platform is that I know you're genuine. I can tell. And she's met me in person. And she still likes me. Anyway, so be authentic to you. Be genuine to others. Bring a smile to their face. It doesn't cost but a moment. Y'all see it all the time when you see somebody in this, or when you're driving past people, and there are a bunch of frowny faced people driving down the road right now. Smile and wave at them. Yeah, you're gonna get the ones that go, but you got a reaction, but mostly you're gonna get them smiling back, and that's what I love, because for that instant, they were smiling. Tamanika, thank you for sharing Sarah Jakes with us. I love her. Aw, Missy, that is so sweet. Aw. I want to read down a story real quick, y'all. Let's see. I learned that lesson a long time ago. When I was 23, I owned my own appraisal business. I was married and pregnant. I also had a 1-year-old little boy. Aw. So we had a late March ice storm here in Oklahoma, and I slipped and fell and broke my leg. Aw. And my ankle in 5 places. I had to have surgery, and I in turn had a miscarriage. Oh, bless your heart. Fast forward to April 19th, and oh my God, I remember that. The Murray Federal Building bombing. So here's the kicker. The bomb went off in the building at 9:06, and that's the exact time I would have been in that building delivering appraisals to the VA office. But on that day, I was home recuperating from a broken leg and miscarriage. So I learned at 23, everything happens for a reason, and I'm grateful for that lesson now. And that, although a tragic, sad story, see how you have just used your story to serve others, to encourage us, to remind us it's all going to be okay. Really. There are hard things, and it just sucks, but they're good all around too. So holding all of that in my mind and knowing I can hold both and be okay, I'm learning this stuff. Absolutely. And that is exactly the most important thing for us, y'all. Keep on waving, Amanda. It's all right to be weird as long as we're weird in a good way, right? Y'all, keep continuing to be blessings to one another. You know, sometimes we don't realize we're a blessing. We don't realize we're being used as a vessel to encourage or to help someone else. Sometimes we don't realize that we've been given that positive energy, those amazing positive vibes in our life to share with others. So do that. Share a little positivity with somebody. It just takes a moment. It's not always about money or handing out food to the homeless even, or all those things that we do, that we should do. I'm not saying we shouldn't do those. That we should do if we can do. But it is also just about being the authentic, genuine you, so that the gift you're giving everyone that you meet, everyone that sees you, is the real you. And I'll bet you, dollars to donuts, I'll bet you that real you wants to smile. In the face of all the negativity, you want to smile, because your simple smile can bring a heart song to someone else. So, you know what? Y'all, get out there and how do I put it? Oh, wait, did I write any prayers down? Nope. All right. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Release the music in you. There you go. Release the music in you. Let the joy, the praise, the joy, all of it, just release it. And give people a moment. Just a moment with a smile. That's all it costs. If we all gave a smile moment whenever we saw somebody, what a beautiful place it'd be. Yeah, well, I live in a small town. We mostly wave here. Oh, Lee, I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you. Cindy the roosters. I may have to feed them a little extra today just for being so spot on, right? Well, guys, don't let anyone steal your joy. And never give up your power. When I say that, you're very welcome, Tamanika. When I say that, I mean don't allow people to take any of that authenticity from you. Be you, the amazing, wonderful, hopeful, full of promise you. Be that person. And don't allow someone to steal that from you. Don't give them that power. Don't give someone the power to make you feel smaller than you are. Please do not. That's what we do. And I've said it before. Sometimes we don't realize we have that power, but we do. It's in there. Find it, use it, and be a servant to yourself and to others. And I always want you to take care of yourself first, because if you take care of yourself first, you're going to be so much better for everyone else. And it will be not difficult to smile. Just a little smile. By the way, people can tell if you're genuine through your eyes. It's the windows to the soul. I just believe that's true. So everybody, you have a blessed week. And I want you to use a little bit of that power to always, always, always choose joy. Bye, and thanks for joining. Thanks for all your positive comments. I enjoy them very much, and I'm going to go back and read some that I missed. Bye, y'all.